Are you ready to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum using Gemini? Now I'm going to show you how to use Gemini. This is for people that the beginners that want to be able to buy, and this can seem confusing. Now, some of the reasons people might buy from Gemini is because maybe you don't want to work with Coinbase. You don't want all of your money from Coinbase. You don't want all of your transactions through Coinbase, or you've tried some other places like Kraken, Paxful, and you want to try Gemini because you heard this was a good solution. Now, let me tell you a couple positives about Gemini. One is that you're able to buy almost an unlimited amount and sell an unlimited amount. So it's not like Coinbase. You don't have the same restrictions, okay? There's not the same limits. All right, so if you want to buy $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, or sell $100,000 worth. You can do that with Gemini, but it's not very user friendly. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and it's a little interesting. All right. So first of all, first thing you want to do is you can't buy any Bitcoin until you load up money onto Gemini first. First, you got to put your USD on Gemini. Now, and I want to mention too, the Winklevoss brothers, I believe, own Gemini, and they just recently became billionaires off of Bitcoin because they invested about $11 million in 2013. But that's a side note. So let's go back into how to purchase Bitcoin. So first thing you want to do is go to transfer funds. Now, they don't take credit cards or debit cards. They only do bank transfers. So you got to deposit onto the exchange here. You can deposit through a bank transfer. You have to have a bank account, or you can do a wire transfer, right? Now, also you can deposit Bitcoin and you can deposit Ethereum. So you can use this as a wallet. Now, keep in mind that one of the safest places to keep your money is on your own place with private keys. So, but that's another story, right? So don't save a whole bunch of money on Gemini just sitting it there, because at any time, if you don't have your private keys, you don't have ultimate access. So let's look at this. So the first thing you do is you're going to US bank transfer. So you got to have a bank account set up. They look for an actual bank account, and then you enter the amount. You say, I want $100 worth, and you enter that. It's going to tell you, say your deposit will be credited to your account and available for trading immediately. It should fully clear to your account in 4 to 5 days. You review deposit and you confirm. Now the good thing about it is that it will allow you to transfer that amount. Okay, it would allow you to transfer. So if you see Bitcoin is at a certain price, like right now it's at $11,802. If you transfer, let's say $100 right now, that $100 will transfer. It will show up. However, and it will allow you to buy your Bitcoin, but you will not be able to move that Bitcoin. I want you to keep that in mind. And they also have some daily limits as well. And so in the limits, I don't know what that's based on. It says your bank transfer limit is 500 a day, and gives you a limit of $15,000 for the month. Now, I don't know why it's giving me a limit of $500. Like I said, typically you're able to do an unlimited amount. I don't know what you have to do to raise that restriction. Maybe you got to do something with contacting your bank. It says needs to deposit more than your bank transfer limits. You can wire USD instead. So I guess that's how you do it. If you want to do an unlimited, a larger amount, you do it through the wire. All right. So in order to transfer funds via wire, you need to confirm your financial institution wiring information. You are able to start that process in your bank settings. Okay, so I'm not going to go deep into that, but I never looked over here. So this is how you do it. If you want to do very large amounts, you do that through wiring the money, not through a bank transfer. You do that through wiring. All right. So next thing I want to say, now it's time to buy, right? So let's say the money is now here, that your USD is now officially on the account. So now you want to click on buy. You can buy USD. You can also, you can buy Bitcoin with your dollars, or you can buy Ethereum with your dollars, or you can just trade Bitcoin for Ethereum. So what we're going to do in this example is we're going to show you how to buy Bitcoins with dollars. So it'll let you know the total amount of money that you can trade. Now this is where it gets confusing. It's right here. Okay, now that you're ready to buy, it says, do you want to buy? You see this drop down menu? It says currency pair. Do you want BTC? ETH? You want to click on BTC if you're trying to buy Bitcoin. If you're trying to buy Ethereum, you will click on the second one where it says Ethereum USD. So you click on the Bitcoin. Now it says order type. Do you want to make a limit order, auction order, market, or cancel? Now the easiest way to do it is market. If you click market, this is an immediate buy. that means you're going to buy it at whatever the market price is going to immediately go through. It's kind of like buying it on Coinbase. It's like, hey, it's $1,100, $11,000. I want to buy it there, boom, and then it'll immediately go through. But again, you got to have the amount of cash in circulation. So what you would do is, if let's say you do a market order and you want to buy, you got to enter the amount you want to buy. So you would put $100, and then it shows you how much Bitcoin you're going to get right here. You see it says 00845. So that's the amount that you would get, and you see that market price is locked in. It's not allowing you to change that price. And then you click buy. It tells you your fee, very small fee here. And remember, you got to make sure that you leave a little room for the fee can be paid. And then you click buy, and then that order will be placed. It's just that simple. Then you'll see the money that will be in your Bitcoin account. Now keep in mind, like I said, if the Bitcoin will not be allowed. A lot of times the U.S. dollars will not be allowed. Won't allow you when it clears. It won't allow that money, that BTC, to be moved if your U.S. dollars haven't been like on the site for like over 4 or 5 days. It will allow you to buy that Bitcoin, but that Bitcoin won't be movable. Okay, but at least you will have it. All right, and then it'll let you know. It'll say you have one. It'll say, hey, available for withdrawal. You see here how in my account, you see how it says I can withdraw this amount, is the 331, but you see the amount that I can trade is a different amount, 0533. That's because they're still waiting on some money to be cleared from the bank. That's what that is. All right. Now, these other orders here, when you see market, you see auction, if you click on, you want to know what those are. This is I'll explain to you a little bit about those. So, Gemini supports the following other types of execution. So you can do a market order. Remember, this is when you're getting it immediately filled, and there's no wait. You get your money immediately. All right. Okay. Now, if you do a limit order, right? You do a limit order, this is filled at or better than a specific price. It's a quantity that is not fulfilled. It rests on continuous orders booked until it is filled or canceled. So what that would mean, let's say you do a limit order. Let's say you may want to buy it when it's cheaper. If the price is 11,000, you think it's going to drop down to, let's say, 10,900. You can enter that amount. You say, I want to buy whatever, $100 worth at 10,900. That's a limit order. And then what that would do, that's a specific price you want, and then the price has to drop to that price for you to get it, and then it has to be executed by the buyer. So these are a little more complicated here. This is a little more advanced if you're a person that used to doing limit buy orders. And the limit immediate or cancel, this is filled immediately at a better than specific price. The quantity is not filled immediately. It is canceled or it does not rest on a continuous order. Now, this is one thing I want to show you guys, and this is a mistake that I was making, is that I thought I was placing it has the market or cancel order, right? And so I would click on market or cancel, and I thought my order would go through. I would put $100 or whatever the price was, and I would click buy. And my order, I thought it went through, but my order didn't go through. And I can see up here, it would say, no, your order hasn't went through yet. And so on the bottom here, it would have my limit order, that market or cancel order. And so if the price never went down, that money that you have, that $100 or whatever that money is, it will be tied up here. So I was confused trying to think, like, why is it that I had $100 that I knew cleared? I had $100 that was in the account for like 7 days. And I'm like, why isn't it allowing me to access my $100? It isn't allowing me to buy Bitcoin. Because I had placed a limit market order down here. And when I did that, that $100 was tied up. It was in limbo. I didn't have Bitcoin. It was waiting for Bitcoin price to drop. And so I had to cancel that order. So if you have any money that is not cleared, that always look down there, because maybe you put in a limit buy order, and you didn't know. So it's very important you look at these order types. If you're just trying to get the Bitcoin immediately, just go scroll all the way to the bottom and just click on market, only the market button, and then you buy it immediately. But if you do any of these other ones, immediate or cancel, market or cancel, auction only, your orders may be delayed for the price to fluctuate, to go up and down, because your order will have to be fulfilled, and that money will be tied up. This is why you won't be able to do anything with that money, because you have that money pending waiting to be placed, and it may never be placed if the price never drops. So that when you have to cancel that order, if you want to free up that money so that you can buy Bitcoin at the market price. I hope that makes sense. But that was something that was confusing me for a while, and I lost the cost of Bitcoin because Bitcoin was at $10,000 even when I had that money tied up. And if I would have known just to hit the cancel button at the bottom, I would have been able to buy. But I didn't figure it out until it hit almost $12,000. So, you know, hey, but it's cool. It is what it is because Bitcoin is still going. Uh, it's still growing every day. So we live and we learn. But I just want to share that with you. I hope this helps when you're buying from Gemini. Also, just remember you don't want to store all of your money on Gemini because at any point in time, if this website shuts down, like even if it's temporarily, let's say it's too many orders being processed, and and you can't get access to your money, that's a bad thing, right? So you want to store your money somewhere else, like on your offline wallet in a ledger. I'll have wallet descriptions in the video link as well.